Big game. Recently, my shoulder's been hurting playing badminton. Sometimes, even just lifting my arm hurts. I thought I'd actually injured it, so I went to go see my good friend Will Law. He's a chiropractor and MSK Sonographer, someone I trust with my body. But after scanning my shoulder, I was surprised with what we discovered. Stay tuned to the video to find out what it was. Now, shoulder pain's a big deal for athletes, especially badminton players. It was affecting my movement, and even simple lifts were really uncomfortable. So I came to get it properly checked rather than guessing what was wrong. Now, Will offers ultrasound services, so first we checked the shoulder structurally. We were looking for tears, inflammations, all those kind of things. Anything obvious, really. But here was the surprising bit. Structurally, everything looked fine. I had no injuries or anything. If anything, Will said my shoulder was healthier than his.
Rotator cuff muscles now.
Yeah.
That actually looks fine to me. That looks a lot more better, I have to say. Sick. Mine is quite degenerated.
That meant the issue wasn't damage, it was functional. Since we didn't find any evidence of injury, we moved on to test how the muscles were actually working. And that's when the problem became very clear. After doing some tests, Will realized that my front and rear delts weren't activating properly. My shoulder had movement, but no stability, which explains why it hurt even during simple lifts. Here you can see a clear difference between my left and right arm. On my left arm, I can resist Will's push, but on my right arm, I can't. So now this is where Will decided to take me through the treatment process. The first thing we tried was muscle stimulation. Now, let me not lie, this acupuncture hurt a little bit.
Level.
I found that one. That was a sharp one.
Yeah.
But that didn't really work, so Will took it one step further. In order to wake up my rear delts, Will used electric acupuncture. If you look at this video, you can actually see my muscle firing again. Now, he also used a little bit of laser therapy, which, in contrast, was a lot more relaxing. Also, I need to apologize for this one, but as you can see, we accidentally filmed this bit of footage in portrait. Now, the goal wasn't to relax the muscle, it was to activate it properly, which is why you see it convulging here. Now, upon retesting, you can see my shoulder's actually stable while Will's pushing against it. However, this bit was really interesting. This is where Will discovered I have a bit of an impingement in my neck. Notice how when he turns my head to the left, I can no longer resist his push with my shoulder. And that was the missing piece. I had a restriction that was interfering with how my rear delts were firing up in my neck. So after that, he corrected the restriction in my neck to restore normal movement. As you can see here, he's performing the manipulation on one side. We then retested, and even with my neck in this position, I was able to resist Will's push. Now, I did feel some relief, but Will did mention that the relief was only temporary because we still had more to do. We needed to stabilize the shoulder under load and also activate the front delts. Because you can see with this test here, they're not firing up properly. This bit was so cool because I hadn't had the chance to use this area yet. Even though it's such a small gym area, you've got everything a therapist would need. You can see all of the equipment in this one area. So after moving into the gym to retrain the shoulder properly, Will whipped out a piece of equipment which I wasn't expecting to have to use. Using a balance board and some kind of app that I'd never seen before in my entire life, Will demonstrated the exercise for me first, and then it was my turn. I'm not sure if you can see it on screen, but the goal was to keep this white dot inside this green circle that was moving. Through doing this, we taught my shoulder how to control its movement instead of compensating. After that, Will brought me back into his office and we retested my arm. As you can see, I'm performing the motion. I'm able to resist Will's push pain-free. The differences between the start of the session and where I am now are staggering. But Will never leaves it there whenever we end our session. He always gives me some homework to do. So I was given one exercise to keep this from coming back. What I loved about this session is that Will didn't just treat the pain, he tested the root cause. If you're dealing with something similar or even something completely different and you're local to the area, I'll leave the clinic details in the description down below so you can check out Will yourself. And yeah, after that I left the clinic. This session was really golden to me because I realized sometimes pain isn't damage, it's not an injury, it's just your body's not firing properly. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment down below. And if you want more videos like this in the future, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell icon, and I'm pretty sure I'll be making videos with Will in the future as well. But if not, you guys can look forward to my badminton videos, my training videos, any kind of that content. Anyway, we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace!